Hi everyone, John Lane here. I've been putting together a series of videos for my students, and I thought that it would be helpful to share these with the larger percussion community. There are so many of us that are at home with no instruments, many students looking to try to put together a practice routine with limited resources. So I thought it would show you something that I do and have done for a long time. Did this a lot when I was an undergraduate, particularly, to build up my hand strength with four-mallet technique with the Stevens grip. So this first video is a series of just double lateral exercises, very simple things that you can do away from the instrument with limited resources. So first thing, if possible, get yourself a set of mallets that you don't mind chewing up, because playing on the floor, for instance, or playing on this piece of board that I have with a towel, it can tear up your instruments. You can get dirt and grime and things in the fibers of the mallets. So I have an old set of mallets that I've had for many, many years. These are some IP Soloist series that I've just had for a long time. And so I don't mind if they get a little more chewed. So what I have here is a piece of plywood with just a towel over it. It works great. I prefer this to sitting on the floor. Number one, it doesn't tear up my mallets as bad. And number two, I can stand up and play, which is nice. You can also set yourself up. I found that sometimes a bed or a couch is a perfect height if you get a chair and you can sit where you're basically at the same height as your instrument. So with these exercises, you can develop strength, dexterity, endurance, flexibility, reflexes. They're just really great. And not only are they good to do during this time when you don't have access to instruments, they're also good to do when we get back on our instruments and you're looking to build those things. You don't need an instrument to do these kinds of exercises. So with that in mind, let's get started with double laterals. First thing to consider with double laterals is the idea that it's a one wrist stroke with two notes, just like a diddle on the snare drum. All right, so what we want to do here is, the first exercise to do is just to play a flam. A very simple kind of concept. So go from the inside to the outside, or outside to inside, or inside to outside, playing a flam, and just try this with one hand. Make sure you're keeping your wrist nice and low. If you really want to feel that wrist torque, you can close up the interval of the mallet. Then you really have to work hard to get that rotation to happen, and then try inside to outside. Same concept, and you could do that with both hands independently. In this next exercise, I'll show you the in this next exercise, I'll take you through all four combinations of double lateral strokes. So if you number from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we'll work through the four combinations, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4. Four, 3, 2, 1. Two, 1, 3, 4. And finally, 1, 2, 4, 3. Now that's at tempo 104. You might try starting that a little slower. You don't want to practice it too slow because it's important that you feel that rotation, and if you start going too slow, it's going to feel more like a single alternating pattern rather than a lateral. I could demonstrate them a little bit faster so you can see the kind of possibilities here. So here are the strokes at 120, which is probably my max tempo, at least right now. And then down. Two, 1, 3, 4. and then 1, 2, 4, 3. One of the things that's really important with this exercise too is making sure that you're playing big full strokes. That's where the strength and the endurance practice comes in. I hope that you found these videos helpful, and stay tuned for more. I'll be posting more videos with various fundamental exercises that you can do with limited resources. Until then, keep practicing, be well, and stay safe out there.